can do it, Coco. I believe.
You believe in me?
I believe in you.
Oh.
We all believe in you. The power of friendship.
Alright, let's see if that went well. Hello everyone. Hello, mis cielitos. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
I didn't send you mine.
It's okay, I got it. It automatically inserted itself into reactive.
Yeah, but it has the old picture. I don't get how this works.
Do you want to change it? We can take some time to change it if you want.
I changed it, but I don't know. I mean, I'll send you the link, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, we've got a redeem for no cursing for 10 minutes, which means we probably shouldn't start with talking about Kokichi.
Okay, well, it says Coco only, though.
Good.
That's true.
Saved.
Let me start the timer. 10 minutes. Alrighty. Timer started. But yes, hello, mis cielitos. I hope that you are all doing well today. Let's see who's all in here. We've got Zeddy. Hello, Zeddy. We've got my darling Binks. Hello, Binks. We've got PCU. Hello, PCU. Bellhound. Hello, Bellhound. Hope everyone is doing well.
Hello.
Hello.
So I did a test stream the other day, so hopefully this will stay stable. My internet sometimes gets wonky, so I apologize preemptively if that happens. But today I have wrangled up Furu and Konetsu once more, because apparently Danganronpa refuses to let go of me still. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but as you all know, I've kind of been waylaid in terms of what I am able to do. But at last, we are going to look back and do a character tier list.
Oh, no.
So I'm giving the link to Konetsu and Kuru so they can do their own list. And once we're completed, I'll also show them. But for the time being, we will be seeing my window once I get it up.
Oh, I thought we were doing it together. All right.
And we'll be discussing things together, but I think we might have some wildly differing ideas. I mean, I guess we could always just average it out if you guys prefer to do that. What do you think? Individual lists or average them out?
That's a good question.
That's a good question, yeah. The ones the ones I've done, it's averaging it out.
All right, we'll do that. We'll just average things out then.
Yeah.
So we can get to discuss. But it's good to have the link so we can get to see the pictures as it going in order, I guess.
So let me get this. There's only one in which I'm going to have an executive rule then. I'm sure you already know which one. So let me just get the props. Okay.
I'm looking at some of these. It's what? Who is that?
Who are these people?
Okay. So here is our website. I started adding a couple more tiers. So the very bottom one, not necessarily the worst, but these will be ones we don't know, don't remember. So we can't really have an opinion on them.
Oh, that's a
Alright.
good one.
Yeah.
So then F,
Adro.
D. Oh, wait. And now this is just one we're gonna get out of the way. There we go. This is my executive decision.
I will not discuss that. It is very fair.
Hello, Lionel. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Zuni. Thank you both for coming. Pardon if I'm a little late to responding to chat at times, since I'll be looking at the window. But yes, for those of you who do not know what our situation is, the three of us have played the first game, the second game, the third game, and all sorts of Spare Girls. We have watched the Danganronpa 3 anime. I have also read the Danganronpa If. How about you two? Have you gone into any of the other territories with this franchise?
Not besides Ultra Burgers, no.
I tried to read If a long time ago, and then it's not that I couldn't get into it. I just kind of put it down and never went back.
It happens. I wanted to read it, but it's just one of the things of like, oh yeah, I'd like to read that. But like I never bothered to actually look it up.
Yeah. It's like, I know you exist. I know I haven't read you, but... And then I just forget.
Yeah, I did also start watching a long time ago, but I never finished it. A YouTube video called the entire history of Danganronpa. So I did get a little insight into some of the stuff in... Gosh, I can't remember what the book... It was like another book or a manga that kind of went into some of the details of how Junko did her plan, like with everything involved, but I never finished the video and I don't remember a lot of things. And of course it has been a very long time since we've played some of these games, so we won't... There might be some things we don't remember well. There might be some feelings that have changed over time. I'll be honest from the get-go, I'm probably going to be inconsistent in how I judge some of these characters. Because ultimately, it's just about how the character makes you feel, you know? This isn't gonna be super analytical. I'm not trying to be performative with like, I'm gonna like this character because they're a good person. Sometimes the shitty assholes who are people who you would run away from make the best characters. Because they, bring interesting ideas.
Yeah, as I was thinking about us doing this earlier today, and I was like, I really hate Komaeda, but he made for such a really entertaining character, and a lot of the things that happened wouldn't have happened without him. And so I thought, well, he was pretty well written, even if I didn't like him. So where would I put him?
Yes. So it's
much as I want to put him in the garbage.
It's just one of those things, if a character makes you feel that way, like, oh, I really don't like this guy. Most of the time it's because it's actually well written, so you dislike it.
Yeah. Like, do I like you or do I hate you?
And there are also instances in which there will be a character who has done infinitely worse things and you like them. And then there's someone else who has done something not so bad, but you dislike them just because, I don't know, what they did in particular hits close to home, or it's a trope you don't like, or you just don't like how it was written.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't like their personality.
Alrighty, but are you
You know,
guys ready?
tired. Yeah, no, tired fans are tier lists are mostly like these are mostly for fun. You know, mostly for fancies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Chat is saying sometimes characters give you a vibe, and I think that's the best way to say it. I'm not going to like a character just because they're unique if they don't really make me feel anything. I don't like that kind of idea of being performative with deciding who you like and dislike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes you use like a character or don't, and that's okay. Thumbs up emoji.
All right, but let's see. Our very first character here is Akane Owari, who I once killed because I made a joke about her being a flat earther.
How dare you?
All right, so this one's now let's like just change who goes first each one of these times. So Kuru, you go first. What are your ideas on Akane?
I kind of one of those characters that I don't really feel too strongly about. You know, like I don't dislike her, but it's like, you know, I wouldn't defend her of crimes or something, you know. Just like she's just there. She's fun. She's a funny girl.
Lionel says she'd prove it's flat by making it flat. You know what? She could.
Like from what I remember, she's a funny character, but I mean that's it. So I'll probably just put her on like A or B, just because she's the first one, and I'm not sure of how this scale will go.
Okay. What about you, Konetsu?
I mostly agree in that I don't really have an opinion of her. Like, I don't dislike her, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, yeah, Akane was such a great character in Danganronpa 2. I remember every single line of dialogue. But she was cool. She was like, you know, she was like our buddy. Okay. So I'd put her in B too.
So for me, Akane is kind of funny because during the course of the game, I didn't really like her much because a lot of the times it felt like her personality was either just eating or just weird, uncomfortable, slightly sexual jokes that just felt unnecessary. But she is one of the characters that I got to sort of hear the backstory of during that video I watched, and it changed my mind of her a lot. And her story is it's a very yikes, but it also makes her personality make a lot more sense. And she grew up in an incredibly impoverished household with a single mother, and the neighborhood she grew up in was incredibly dangerous to the point that it was described that seeing dead bodies was not unusual for her. And she was the oldest. She was the oldest of a lot of kids, and so she was always taking care of her younger siblings. And one of the things that they faced was that they didn't have food very often, which is why she's obsessed with it. So I'm like, okay. And one of the things that really sold is that she always made sure that her siblings had food first and did a lot to take care of them. And actually, you know what? This reminds me. One warning I should have said at the beginning of this is, apart from obviously spoilers, considering what this franchise is like, there will be a lot of discussions about, you know, triggering topics. If you're here, you probably know what Danganronpa is like. So if any of that stuff makes you uncomfortable, it's probably best not to watch this stream. But being that she was in a bad neighborhood, Akane was often in danger of being essayed. So the reason she ended up being so athletic is that she was constantly running away from people. And her mother often brought in boyfriends who would make attempts on her as well. So through all of that, that's how she gained her strength, her speed, her agility, and she learned parkour. And eventually, she worked a lot of different jobs, and she got a job at one place where a gymnast professor found her out and recruited her. And that's when she started making money, and she bought an apartment and took her siblings to take care of them. So yeah, I've pretty much
God.
done a 180 on Akane, having learned all that. So for me, I'd say A or S.
See, this is the kind of stuff that it's like, oh, why was that not in the game?
Exactly. That would have changed
But
so
instead,
much
it's like
about her character.
They just kind of made her like stupid. Like she was brainless, except for when like food was on her mind.
So yeah, I guess maybe to average it out, B. Unless you guys change your mind, like.
Let's go for A.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go for A, like right in the middle there.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
What do you think of Angie?
I did not like her. I thought, like, she's so different from like other antagonistic characters in that I feel like the way everyone kind of switched up and let her lead for no reason was like, I didn't really like it. And she was just in so in her own world that there was like just no conversations to really be meaningful. Like when she was like in the lead of it, or the topic of the conversation, when everyone was like, oh, like, what are you doing? Or like, what is that? She would just kind of like babble, and then Shuichi would just be like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know what you said, but whatever.
Atua wants to know your location.
Yeah, so I would probably put her in. Personally, I'd probably put her in D. Okay. I just didn't like that chapter, like in V3 at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, I did not find her whole thing interesting, and I find her mostly annoying, and it didn't make sense how suddenly everyone was like so into it, like pretty much like, you know, like from overnight they suddenly like joined this cult thing because it was very, very cult behavior.
Because, you know, she was just so convincing.
Yeah, but I mean, if she was supposed to be so convincing, I feel they made a bad job on making her sound convincing. So it's just like they tell you like she's so convincing, and then you're just like, what, where, when, since when? So it's like, yeah, no, I didn't, and I found her annoying because, as Konetsu said, it was just like, you know, the whole thing with like her being, you know, believing in a Tua thing and everything. It could have been done like interestingly, but I feel like they didn't, and it just felt annoying at times because there was really not much meaningful conversation to be had with her. Everything was just Tua.
Yeah, and I feel like if they really wanted to make that thing of her, oh, well, let's recruit and turn us into the student council cult, they should have probably done a better job of portraying her as manipulative in that way, instead of just her being, oh, Atua will save you, and everyone's just like, whatever, Angie, shut up. And then all of a sudden overnight they're just like, oh my god, Angie's just like, she knows exactly what we need.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, they could have built it up much more, especially because it was chapter 3, so, you know, they had time to like start dropping hints or something, but everyone was just like, oh, shut up, Angie. And suddenly everyone was like, oh yeah, Angie, we believe in you. We believe in
She's the only one who can save us.
And it was like, what?
But it was just like, what?
But it's like, it's weird because,
and then she died, so I was like, thank God.
Yeah, and same. And also it's weird because, you know, she wasn't really evil or anything. She was just kind of there. So like, okay. Sure.
First time I saw Angie was in this one series that Binks was doing that was like a choose your own adventure sort of story where the audience would, she'd make a little video and the audience would make a decision at the end. And I heard her Angie voice and I was smitten. So I was kind of biased from the get-go with Angie. I do agree with a lot of the stuff you said, and this is one of those instances in which I feel it's a shame because I think she had a lot of potential. The idea of her being this sort of cult leader is very interesting, and it kind of creates an interesting parallel, I think, to some of the previous antagonists we have had, who, well, not the antagonists, but like the protagonists who are always searching for truth. And a lot of the stuff she says is complete bullshit, but it's a comforting bullshit, whereas a lot of the truths that the protagonists seek after are things that are devastating. Especially with Shuichi in this case, since he already had that fear that finding out the truth would just cause pain. So there could have been so much potential there for that sort of schism between the two of them. But yeah, they didn't really do too much with it. As is often the case, Danganronpa has a lot of, like, a very fascinating foundation and a lot of good ideas, but it's always the execution that kind of doesn't pull through. She's one of those characters that in game I'm like, but I feel like a good fanfic writer could do amazing things with her.
Yeah. It's like she's like wasted potential, because the whole thing with like the cult and everyone like turning to her, that was interesting, but then you went to talk to her and she was like nothing. It's not like she was actually like planning anything evil or whatever. No, she was just devoted, but like it didn't go anywhere. She was just there.
I will say, I think she has one of the cutest designs though in this series. So for me, I'd say maybe a C.
Yeah, I'd say C is fair.
The potential, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
potential C, execution D.
Definitely.
Okay, so Asahina, she is very high up for me. When I first played the very first Danganronpa game, she and Sakura were my absolute favorites. They are girlfriends. No one can convince me otherwise. I think she's just super cute. I thought her motivations in that fourth trial were fucked up, which gave her a little edge as well, so she wasn't bland. She likes churros, not donuts. For me, she's a B. B or A, actually. It's hard to say. Well, she was also in D3, though. But I can't remember too much of what she did there. Other than she did have some sort of... Maybe not in a leadership role along with Kyoko, Byakuya, and Makoto. Which was a little surprising. Because, I mean, like, she's capable and she, was a survivor, but she's not really all that smart, so that kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
I did like how she started out kind of like a little ditzy, like, oh, you're a dumb athlete, like, that's original. But then, like, she doesn't really develop. Well, she does develop when Sakura, kills herself. Because she's like, I can't remember what. Like, she had a pretty big scene in that class trial, but I can't remember exactly what she did. But after that, you kind of see her change a little bit and be a little more...
assertive?
Yeah, assertive, and... there's another word that I had in mind. Not serious, but... she kind of...
rounded?
Yeah, I think rounded is a good way to describe it.
Yeah, I guess part of it was that she was depending on Sakura a lot during that time. And...
yeah, so she kind of allowed herself to just be a little careless and more free, and then when she loses that, she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna step up and be the person that she would be proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah, after she has her little breakdown trying to take everyone down.
And ultimately, that's what finally convinces Byakuya to stop being a dick. Or, at least 10% less dick.
For me, Asahina, it's one of those situations of like, of her, as a character, quote unquote, as a person. I don't really care for her much, but I do really like her character arc, like the how she adds to the plot.
Yeah.
So you could say like I how could I say, like, I like her as a like a writing device, I guess.
Plot device?
Like a plot device. Kind of. I mean, that's not entirely what I mean, but it's like kind of like that, Like I really like what they did with her, but I don't really have a strong opinion on her personally. Like she's cute, but like that's it.
It just doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, she's not like, I mean, sometimes I like those kind of characters like her, like ditzy, energetic. Sometimes I don't. And she's a case of like, I don't really care for her that much, but I do really like what she does and what she brings to the story.
All right. Yeah, for me,
so, like, that common for them. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, do you have a specific, grade you would give her?
I'd probably give her a B.
Yeah, I would give her a. I would probably give her an A just because of her whole like character arc thing. Like she has some really nice lines in the whole Sakura trial and some very good moments.
Alright, then we'll put her up at A. And what were you gonna say, Konetsu?
The comment from Lionel Hoshi, where they say that it's not super common for a character to switch up like that either, which is true because like we do have characters that do like get their character arc and develop and change, but it's not very many. It's like a handful.
Yeah, Danganronpa is not very well known for character development.
So for like Hina specifically to be one of those characters that change and grow, and from the beginning to Danganronpa 3 where she's like an agent and taking things seriously, it's like, whoa.
Yeah,
it's like you actually got to see her become an adult.
Yeah, while still keeping her.
Dude,
she has kind of like Makoto mentality of like, trusting people,
perseverance,
like doing good things. Yeah.
I'm gonna say though, I nearly rage quit when they did the fake out death with her.
Yeah. I was like, are you kidding
me? Yeah, I was just like, all right, nope, Yeah. Kuru, do you want to start?
My turn.
You might want to plug your ears, dear.
Byakuya. God damn. It's one of those. Again, it's one of those weird situation characters. I like his character, as a whole, everything he does. But he's also, I hate him. I just on the basis of like, he being this super rich boy, smart ass kind of dude, and just looking down at everybody. He's like, dude, you're so annoying, but also he's funny.
Yeah, he really is.
He's fun to have around with the rest of people, So
Yeah.
it's like I can't really hate him, but I'm just like, sometimes I just want to punch him in the face.
The violence he makes me feel is enjoyable.
Yeah, exactly. You put it in perfect words. Like, I love to shit on him, and he's great. And he's a bit soon also.
Hello, strawberry ice cream. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. One of our emotes, one of the very first emotes we had, like when we were a group channel and in our Discord server, was this manic-looking Naegi, and it's called Tell Naegi because all the time he says that.
Tell them, Naegi. But yes, I will.
Is this Care?
I will probably put him in S or A. Despite me want him to punch him in the gut.
Yes. Yes, I feel the same way. Like, I hate this guy so much, but exactly because he's just so fucking funny. Especially since I saw the Game Grumps LP where they took the shit out of that man. It was so goddamn beautiful. Well, I'd say A. What about you, Konetsu?
It's one of the things also, just before Konetsu goes, it's like he actually starts very, very much more, annoying.
Yeah, that's true.
He kind of mellows out a little, so...
Yeah. And I will say one thing that I do actually genuinely feel bad about him for is how Toko acts towards him. Like,
yep.
I grew to love Toko. I didn't like her in the first game, but I did grow to love her. But no, dude, I'm so sorry you have to deal with that.
Alright, Konetsu. I would put him in S tier.
Oh, S tier. Okay.
I really like Byakuya. He's such like boy failure. I love it.
Yeah, boy failure. It's true. It's true.
Oh.
Like I just love how he's just so confident. He's like, "Heh, that'll show them." I can't do the Byakuya voice, but and then like he gets proven wrong, and it's like, "Oh my god, no!" And then he's like, "All right."
Oh, where's our comic? Where's the star comic? It should be somewhere in the Discord, right? But I can't. I don't know how to find it.
Oh god, true.
Probably floating around somewhere on the
internet.
Somewhere. Oh,
it was posted on Tumblr, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yes, Konetsu commissioned a comic because we had this ongoing joke of Byakuya slowly losing stars given to him by Monokuma and crying about it.
And Kyoko has like 1 million of them all over her face because she just takes them from him.
Yeah.
Oh, we just got a donation.
Woo!
Oh, thank you so much for the donation.
Thank you.
We do have an ongoing donation. Usually I promote it when we're doing the Anwar charity reading stream, but it is available to donate to right now. You can see the button at the bottom right of the screen. Neither myself nor Twitch sees any of that money. It just goes directly to them. Thank you so much, Care.
Also, what Lionel says is true. The fact that he's proven boy failure by fellow boy failure Maegi Makoto.
Yes, Binks. Every single time I dunk on him, it is lovingly.
Yeah.
It's like that Helga Pataki, you know? I hate you, but I love you, but I hate you.
I hate him, not derogatory.
Alright, so it was 2 A's and an S, so A?
Actually no, let's go with S.
Oh.
Eh? Okay.
You change your mind?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were...
Yeah, no, he's...
Okay. Yeah.
I say S or A.
Alright, that's our first S. I can't believe Byakuya is our first S.
He's just that powerful.
Oh, thank you so much, Zuni. Very much appreciate it.
I hate
Alright.
him affectionate. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that.
Celeste, what do you think of Celeste, Kuru? I mean, Konetsu's next.
Konetsu's turn, yeah.
You know, when I played the first game, I really liked her. And I was like, "Oh my god, I am obsessed with this girl." And then like I think I think it was when we played it together, Coco, that I was just like, "Huh, she's kind of lame." And then
The eye opener.
yeah, it was kind of like a little eye opener. It's like I still like her, and she's like, you know, she's in her delusions, and I think it's pretty cute. But then it's like, you know, other characters came along that are better in their delusions, and so I'd probably put her in like C.
Alrighty.
I agree.
I'm not
Because
a-
I think for such a really well designed character, her act was really great and I really liked it. And then the way she acted in chapter 3 and how she was just like, "Oh my god, it's upstairs, it's downstairs, it's downstairs again, it's upstairs. Oh my god." And then she's like screaming and it's like, what is going on here? What, like, this is not how, like, what I expected someone like you to like try to pull off murder, because it was not working.
Yep.
Like, I love the aesthetic. I love the aesthetic so much. Great design, but I don't think I ever really liked her all that much. And she caved in because of money, because she wanted to be rich. I can't get behind that, but like the thing that was really the straw in the back for me for her was that she accused Taka of assaulting her. I was just like, oh, God. So she's a D or an F for me.
For me, yeah, no, I don't really have a strong opinion on her. It's just one of those cases. I do like her kind of characters, you know, like the Ojo-sama, and I like the aesthetic. But yeah, she kind of was flat, and it was like, okay, she was not that great of a character.
Lionel
And she
says
was
one thing that I
very
do
mean.
think- Yeah. Lionel does say one thing about her execution, and that was one of the things where I was like, I don't understand it until Konetsu kind of explained to me the whole thing about how it was kind of stealing away one last thing from her, because, you know, she was like, oh, I'm being executed the way Marie Antoinette was, and then she faces a common death. So I think her execution is really cool and poignant, but yeah, it doesn't really make me like her anymore.
Yeah, no, she was just there. And it's a shame because, as I said, I really like those kind of characters. And I really like her at the start, but then she was just like, you know, she got
kind of
very much overshadowed by everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone else had much more of a personality than her.
So yeah, for now I'll say D with the potential to go to F, if we, you know, considering how we go along. That would be my vote, D.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's true. Like,
let's go with that.
Some things might get adjusted as we go along. There's a lot of characters. So.
Oh yeah. Oh god, we're 44 minutes in, and we've only gotten this many characters.
It's fine. We'll get as far as we can.
This is gonna be a multiple stream thing.
Well, I think a lot of them are gonna be like, who is that? Don't remember. Don't have any thoughts.
That's true. Chiaki, oh my god. I
know
god. There are some.
Oh my god.
There's some people who are gonna be like, of course gamers are gonna like the gamer girl. I don't give a fuck. She is amazing. I love her. She's cute. She's funny. She's simultaneously stupid and smart. She's just so sweet. Like, she was just the smartest person in Super Danganronpa 2. there's so much going for her, beyond just being a gamer. And her story is just so fucking tragic.
Yeah.
So she's
God.
an S character for me.
Easy S.
Easy. Yeah, I agree. See, we got out of that fast because, I mean, it's Chiaki. There's nothing to discuss. She's just great.
Aww. I cried when I watched DRS3 and seeing her struggle through that maze.
Oh, that was horrible. That was so bad. I was like, no, it was the worst.
Okay.
I don't think I ever hated watching an anime so much.
Yeah. Like, I could understand what the class 2 was going through. Christ. Or, I don't know, 74? That's what their actual number is? I can't remember.
Maybe.
Chihiro, or Cheerio, as we were calling them. Kuru, what do you think?
I don't care much about them.
Brain locked.
Yeah, they're just... there's a nice arc there, and like... Yeah, and I like, like I love Chihiro, like I wouldn't want, it's just like, oh, cinnamon roll must protect. But if you made me like, rank them, like she's nowhere near my favorites. They're nice.
Okay.
So I probably give them a B or an A, because also, I mean, I do like the whole thing with alter ego. They were really, really smart and very sweet. But yeah, I mean, most I remember is that there was a lot of drama.
Yeah, that's how the first time I've heard of Danganronpa was just through the drama involving Chihiro, and that made me be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that for a while. Like, I didn't even know what type of game Danganronpa was. It was only when I found out that, it played in the same way as Ace Attorney and that there were murders and trials that I was like, oh, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, but yeah, I like Chihiro, and I was sad when they died, but I wasn't like, no, Chihiro, my favorite.
Yeah, I really don't know. I guess this is one of those ones where, like, the writing surrounding them was so bad, it's kind of hard to think of them in an objective manner. Like, the only thing I can think of when I think of Chihiro is how bad that whole thing was, and it's unfair to the character, but it is how I feel. For me, Chihiro would be a C. Like,
I was gonna
average.
say D.
Okay.
Ooh.
So this is
not
almost
because I
varied.
dislike them. Yeah, it's not like I dislike them or anything. It's just like, I didn't really care for them or like their story. Like that whole chapter was just like whatever. I don't really think I took anything like big from it, except for I think that was when Hina fought with somebody. I remember there was like an argument.
I think that's when the argument happened. The argument happened early in the fourth one, because that was after they found out that Sakura was a traitor. So everyone started, like ostracizing her, and she was like, "Why are you guys doing this? Stop!" And so that's when she and Byakuya started fighting a lot, and then she slapped Byakuya, and Sho came out and stabbed her. So I don't think that was
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking,
Yeah.
then I think chapter 2 is just like, I didn't really have any strong feelings or anything for both Chihiro and who's the other guy? Mondo?
Yes.
They were just like,
Yeah.
like their whole thing was just
Mhm.
Alright, so you say
Yeah, no,
D,
I agree.
I say C.
Let's-
What did you say, Kuru? B or A?
Let's go with C, I'd say.
Okay. Okay. Konetsu, Fuyuhiko.
oh. Fuyuhiko. I would put him in A. I just really liked his development from being like this bratty little, you know.
Try hard.
Has the 10 minutes been up? It has, hasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, like this bratty little shit. And he was just like so rude, hated everyone, sat in the corner and was just like, oh, you guys are all idiots. Like, I'm so much better. You all suck. This friendship sucks. And then he loses Peko, and then he's like, oh my god, actually, wait, friendship and can
Wow,
be like a really good.
Power of friendship.
And then and that's where I thought they were going with his character, but it was very gradual. It wasn't
Yes.
an instant overnight thing where he's like, okay, I'm going to be everybody's friend. But like in chapter 3, I think, yes, in the hospital, he was like, hey, I'll check this out and I'll stay behind and I'll watch over everybody.
Yes.
Like, just leave me alone. I'll take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be around you.
I agree. He had a lot of really good character growth throughout that game. In fact,
Mhm.
it feels like there's always one character in each game who has like this huge arc.
Yeah,
the
and
first
then everyone
one-
is just nothing.
In the first one, it was Hina. In the second one, it was Fuyuhiko. In the third one, I feel it was Himiko. But
Yeah.
I do like him a lot. I'd say
I do like him a lot too.
he's one of those ones that I don't think of often, but when I do, it's positive. So I guess maybe B
Yeah.
I'd say.
for me. Lionel,
I'm
the
just-
whole
I-
writing budget went to those characters.
I'm on the same train as Coco. It's like, you know, if you ask me like my favorite characters, I wouldn't think of him. But then if you like mention him to me, I'll be like, oh yeah, he's great.
Okay, so B?
Yeah, I'd say.
That's fair.
B for baby face.
For real.
Gonta,
It's your boy, Coco.
my boy, my baby boy, the one whose execution I couldn't even watch.
And then we proceeded to just describe it in very graphic detail anyway.
Well, admittedly, that's because not only did it have bugs, but for no fucking reason they decided to put another thing that wigs me out with the pregnancy, and I'm just like, why? 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 But yeah, for those of you who watch the Danganronpa V3 stream, you know that it pretty much the second I laid eyes on this guy, I was in love with him. He was just so sweet, and he tries his best, and he's like the textbook definition of himbo. He's S tier for
Literally.
me. Oh god, the way he went out, that entire chapter was just Christ. That was incredibly gripping, and the second the puzzle pieces started to come together, it just the dread it was like a
Yeah.
weight in the pit of the stomach, and I was like, I want to be wrong. Please let me be wrong.
But that's another thing that I think they've really got right after the first one was to let things just kind of simmer for a while. Instead of just hitting us with, oh yeah, this happened, and we're supposed to be like, oh my god!
Yeah,
But
it's
with the
true.
whole Kokichi manipulating him and having to see him like be manipulated, and there was nothing you could do about it because he was just so like gullible and easily
Yeah.
trusting of
And
people.
the fact that the whole like the helmet thing fucked up, so he couldn't even remember, so he genuinely thought he hadn't done it was and just seeing his
Yeah, that
heart
was
break as
horrible.
he
Mhm.
saw all the evidence pile up.
Like he was just so pure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gonta for me. I'm not. He's not like my type of character, you know. I'm not really into his whole big, big bad boy. But I do like him, you know. I like how he was like, oh, like you know, I must be a gentleman. And that was really cute. That was really sweet. So you know, it's like it's one of the situations. He's not among my top ones, but I do really like him. And it was the whole thing with what happened with Kokichi was very, very well done. And it was like, oh no, why would you fool the sweet innocent boy?
So what would your gradings be?
I'd give him an A.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Then
Just because,
A.
as I said, for me, he's not like the top of the top for me, but he's good, he's cute, he's sweet, and he did not deserve that.
Oh, no. I will mourn you forever, my sweet gentleman. So Gundam, Kuru.
I love this guy. He's so silly.
Yes. One of my all-time favorite chunies.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. He's just so funny. Like but the thing though is that I don't remember much else about him aside from like the hamsters, and he was a chuny. But you know,
He and Nidai were also pretty fucking noble for what they did in the 4th chapter. That was the whole
Yeah.
That was the whole thing where they decided to fight each other to the death because otherwise everyone would just starve to death.
oh,
That's when they were
right.
stuck in Strawberry House with no food or water.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm remembering.
Monokuma was just like, the only way you can get out is if someone kills.
I won't let you eat until someone dies.
And then they were like,
Yeah.
okay, well, everyone has got to eat because we're all starving. And they're like, all right, let's kill each other. And then he won.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd give him either an A or B, depending on like what you guys have to say.
Yeah.
But
So,
because
yeah.
I don't know, I love him, and he was sweet also.
I agree with him. Like he's hilarious. He's one of the funniest characters ever. But he also does have like, even though he acts like he's I'm evil, I'm a dark lord. He is very sweet, and you can see some moments where he tries to like be like, you know, get into conversations because he actually does want to have friends, but everyone thinks he's a weirdo. And then also, I think he and Sonia are so damn cute. They are.
They
Oh my god,
are.
yeah.
They are.
So for me,
That's like
he's
OTP right there.
yeah, they're
Mhm.
definitely one of my OTPs of the series. So he's an A for me. A, possibly S. Right now, I'm playing it a little safe, so A.
I would give him an S.
Okay.
I think he just really brought like I don't really know how to describe it. Just whenever he was like involved, I was just like, oh my god, please keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
And the way his hamsters were just like in his sprite, they had different reactions too.
Oh yeah,
And
and Sonia started taking
I
care
just-
of the hamsters afterwards.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she had a sprite with the hamsters. Or maybe I'm just hallucinating.
Right? I thought maybe we got Mandela because I
Really?
was pretty sure she had a sprite with the hamsters on.
Yeah, but I
don't
think,
remember
the thing
that,
that
but
I
let me
think,
Google
I
that.
think they only show once or twice. They don't appear nearly as often as they do with Gundam.
The 4 Dark Devas of Destruction have their own wiki page. Awesome. Alright, let's see if they should have been like the gallery here if there is one.
She did not. She should have.
Oh,
She
that's
should
a
have.
shame.
Maybe we just got Mandela because
Because you want it so
I think she-
badly.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I also I think she mentions them at one point.
She mentions them when she says that she's taking care of them. Yeah. There have been some people who have made sprite art for her, though. Maybe you guys saw some of that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And I think it was really funny how Gundam always somehow he made a comment. It was either he would make comments that would like tell us who the suspect was or who the actual person was, or maybe
Huh.
someone who was involved in the situation. I can't remember,
Also,
but he was always like right on the money somehow, and I thought that was really funny.
his voice actors for both of them are great.
Oh yeah, I heard his English dub. Oh, it's
It
so
was
funny.
so good. That you can tell that they had a ball, and I'm like, yes, I also had a ball when I voiced him.
Yeah. No, he's great. He's great. We love Gundam. We love Gundam in this house and his hamsters
Ah.
and him with Sonia.
All right, so AS. What are you guys thinking?
Let's go for S? Question mark?
Yeah, I'd say S.
Okay. Hajime. I do like him. And I really like his story arc. I think I like his story arc more than I like him specifically. Because my god, talk about a series damn wild ride. He is obsessed with Hope's Peak. He gets in as a reserve student. A lot of that time he just spends it just, feeling like he's insignificant since he doesn't have a talent. He becomes friends with Chiaki. They're super cute together. And then I think what drove him to accept the proposition from the committee, whatever they're called, was the death of Fuyuhiko's sister. Like, he wanted to investigate that. Then he experienced ego death, which, not a lot of people recover from. And just seeing him, eventually come to learn that he still has so much worth, even if he doesn't have an ultimate ability, and working to continue Chiaki's dreams of all of them being friends and just trying to recover from what they suffered. I'd give him a B. But again, I feel like I'm more enjoying the story rather than him specifically.
Yeah, I think if I were to judge him, it'd be like against all the other protagonists and their stories. And I really like Hajime's. Like, I like Danganronpa 2 probably the most of, well, Ultra Despair Girls is pretty good. But like like that whole thing was just really well done, I think, compared to the rest. And Hajime, I feel like he was just really it's kind of hard to describe. It's like he wasn't like Naegi where he was just like, yeah, everybody, we're friends. He was really like cynical and he was like mean to people.
Yeah.
Like deservedly so though. So it's like you were
He
kind of
felt
a
more
jerk,
human.
but yeah. Like some of his comments were often really like rude and I'd be like, whoa. That's kind of
Yeah.
weird for a protagonist to say.
Yeah, I remember especially towards Monami, he could be really nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
I think he was a good protagonist character. Like he as he is, you know, his personality, I don't think it will work as well as a side character.
Mm-hmm.
But just by him being the protagonist, we get to explore all his character arc. And as you said, his character arc is great. The whole thing.
To just
he goes
quickly
through.
answer Zuni, when I say ego death, what I'm referring to is the whole thing where essentially the Committee of Hope's Peak were researching talent because they wanted to find a way to sort of harvest it and be able to inject it into people because they wanted to create the ultimate Hope who was good at everything. And so they had chosen someone they considered a nobody, a reserve student, and that was Hajime, in order to make him into this person. But essentially, that just means that a completely different personality overrode his. Like, Hajime and Izuru, I forget what the full name is, are two... Kamakura, yeah, like, they're two distinct people. I feel like in order for Izuru to exist, at best, Hajime's consciousness was, like, sort of forced down.
Silence.
So yeah, Hajime is a B for me.
Yeah, I think B is fair.
Yeah, I think I agree because I same thing. I don't have like super strong feelings for him personally, but he just worked great as Danganronpa 2 second protagonist, and like with his whole character arc and his comments.
And even as he was like in the anime, like as we see in the past, he still had that kind of like, well, you know, I suck and it'll never happen, but you know, I want to be just like them. And then he gets that chance and then he's like, oh fuck, and then that's it for him.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Hifumi. Konetsu, what do you think of Hifumi?
Oh god, F.
No more comment.
No more comment, just F.
I have to agree. It's just like it just really feels like, yeah, they just put him there to die. Like he was funny sometimes, but he was mostly just weird.
Yeah, it felt like he was the resident pervert character of this installment because they feel like they have to have at least one every game. And to be fair, he's nowhere near as bad as Teru Teru, or I would say nowhere even near as bad as Tenko. So I'm willing to give him a D for that, and I'm also gonna give him kudos for getting righteously angry, even though it was a lie and he was tricked by wanting to protect and defend Celeste when she accused Taka of assaulting her.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about that because I just bleached him from memory.
Yeah, no, I had forgotten about that too. No, he was like you said, it's like yeah, he was like the resident pervert of the game, but he actually didn't take it that far.
Yeah, he's nowhere near as far as the other two.
Like he wasn't so bad on that aspect, and I did respect her for being a fanfic writer. So yeah, let's go with D, I'd say.
Yeah, D.
Yeah, he's just a regular horny on main.
All right, Himiko. So she's the character in this game that I think had the most growth, and it was really, really good. When we first started out, I was a little on her, out of bias for two things. First, she was constantly accusing Gonta and saying things about him, and second, I felt seen because of how she was so tired all the time and said that everything was a bother, and I didn't like being seen.
I did not like that.
But by the end of it, I grew to love her. Everything that happened, her giving into Angie's whole thing because of how afraid she was and just wanting to depend on others. Her learning from Tenko about just being honest about her feelings. Even Kokichi weirdly helped with that. That being one of the only completely, good things he did. Her standing up on her own 2 feet and just trying to get more involved and face things on her own. It was great. She's an A for me.
I'm kind of on the same boat. Like I didn't get to like I wouldn't say got to like her as much as you do, but she also grew on me. I found her a bit boring at the beginning because she was just there, and she was just like the token funny tired character. She was like so relatable, being tired all the time. And like the whole thing was like, oh, I'll use my magic. Okay, use it. Not now.
You need to feed me 50 steaks before I can use a spell.
Yeah.
That'd be me.
Like how her mana, her MP had not regenerated or something. So yeah, at the start she was just kind of there. The thing also is that with the whole cast of B3, a bunch of them I don't really have strong opinions on. But she grew on me. Like she did grow a lot, and it was weird because I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember at one point I was very annoyed by her attitude. But then she actually turned around, and I was like, oh wow, character development in my Danganronpa
game. Stop the presses. We have a new story. I just remembered one thing I did that I'm still mad about her for. Like, the early stuff, I'm like, can forgive her. But this is especially a thing that annoys me because it was a thing that happened a lot in the Ace Attorney series that also really pissed me off. But a lot of that second trial got so much more complicated and dragged out just because she didn't want to reveal how she did her magic trick. And in this case, there's even less of an excuse for that, since it's not like they need to be concerned. She needs to be as concerned about, giving away the tricks of her trade. So it's like, there's a dead person, Himiko. We might all die if we don't figure this out. Just tell us how you did it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So that's why she annoyed me so much at one point.
What about you, Konetsu?
I don't think she ever annoyed me. I always thought she was like really cute. And so I was like, I came in like, like as she developed, I was just like, oh yeah, that's my bias.
Whoa!
And I don't know, I just really liked how she understood what it meant to just be honest and upfront and proactive instead of just sitting around and letting everybody else handle it. She's like, okay, well, you know, Tenko's gone, everyone's kind of gone, everyone else is busy, and I'm the only one who can do this thing. And I think she was the one who found the secret entrance, right?
I can't remember.
I think.
Maybe.
And then she makes a statement to Shuichi. And I think at that point, I was just like, oh my god, you are just so lovely. I love you. And then just letting herself be emotional in front of everyone, like, because she had bottled it in for so long, because she just wanted to keep up that front of whatever.
Yeah.
And then it came to a point where she just couldn't hold it anymore, and then she just let it all go, and it was like, oh,
that
baby.
scene killed me. That was such a good scene.
You know, so I will give her one of the higher. I'm not sure which
for
one.
An A. Just because she was so stubborn in the beginning. Even if I thought it was cute, it was like, ugh, when are you gonna change?
And then she changed.
And then she did. And then I was like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Because I really got to like her after the whole thing.
Okay, Kuru, Hiyoko.
Oh, this bitch. Did she ever do anything good for anyone? I don't remember. I just remember her being an annoying little brat. I don't really have much to say about her because also I don't remember much. I'd go with D or F. I mean, I go with F or maybe D because I do think she had like, I remember she had some issues, and it was like, oh, okay, but she was still annoying. She was mean to pretty much almost everyone except like one person.
Picture of her older self was the one highlight. I did like that taste of development that they gave us right before she died.
The little
where
taste.
We got to see like a thought of, oh my god, this is what she could have been. But I guess her role was reserved for Fuyuhiko, and so they were like, well, we can't have two of them, so we're just gonna kill her.
I just realized I was muted for a bit there. When Kuru asked, what did she even do? I was like, she abused Meikon, she was an asshole to everyone, and then she got touchy-feely with poor Mahiru.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, I remember, it was Mahiru, like, she really cared about her, so I was like, okay, you can actually care about people, but then she was just so absolutely mean to everyone, for no reason at all, that it was like...
It's like, Mary wasn't even, like, enjoyable, because she was just so horrible.
Yeah.
You mentioned Kuru, that she had, like, something happen to her, and she's another one of the characters that, whose story I heard in that video. And it's kind of funny because her story is kind of similar to the whole Faye family from Ace Attorney, in that since she's like, you know, the ultimate traditional dancer, that's something that kind of happens within her, that's like, you know, lauded into her family, that's been their lineage, and they have like branch family members who want to be the ones to be the head of their sort of I forget, like, their troop or their whole organization. So she has faced assassination attempts because of that. And then to even smaller degree, she has just had other family members do horrible shit to her, like cut her hair or beat her. And that's probably why she thinks the way she behaves is good. But again, kind of like the issue with Akane, since none of that ever comes up, and since she's just a horrible person, it didn't really change my opinion of her that much. So yeah, for me,
no,
she's
and also
also...
I still know her backstory. I'm just like, yeah, no, she's still trash.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Like, I'm leaning towards F for her.
Because as someone, who was it? Yeah, Leonel said she's still alive. She survived for a while. She was around for a while, and she just had zero development. She was just perpetually annoying and mean and just making mean comments to everyone and not helping in anything. And it was like, what are you even here for?
Yeah, I think that kind of explains the crux of her problem very well,
Right?
concisely.
Right, baby? You agree?
Oh,
There she goes. There she goes.
Oh, well, if the kitten agrees, then it's a definite F. You alright with that, Konetsu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course I think she belongs in F.
The most globally disliked character.
Well.
Criatura.
Well.
Okay, Ibuki, Konetsu. The baby does have the overriding vote. We will change everything on this tier list for the baby, except Sakura tier.
Ibuki. I think she's B. Which I feel is pretty low. Because she was such a fun character, and I really liked her. But I don't think she ever really like did anything meaningful besides like the concert. And she just kind of wanted everyone to get along and have fun. And she didn't really know how to deal with any of the sad and negative situations. And she tried to play them off like, right guys? Yeah. And it was like super awkward.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Ibuki is one of those characters that I want to like. And I think she had a good first impression. But honestly, I forget she exists half the time.
Yeah. You know, she's actually my favorite from Danganronpa too. I love Ibuki. But she really just did nothing.
She had like rabies in the class trials, or when like the bodies were discovered, and she was just like,
yeah. She just had no.
I don't know. She's very hard for me to place.
She had like no weight on the story. She's just my favorite because I like her character, but like she did nothing like story wise, nothing relevant.
Yeah, she didn't really have like potential either. She was just kind of like around. She had really no presence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But she has such a great design.
I think, yeah, her design is good, but like for me, I think I'd have to place her in the don't remember.
That's fair though. It's just
that's true, honestly.
Yeah, like I said, like I love her, but like she did nothing. Ibuki, what did you do with your life? Nothing. She was here for a good time, not a long time.
My job here is done, but you didn't even do anything. Zuni, put her on the why are you here tier. You know what? That's a good tier. Maybe I'll add that to the don't know.
Yeah, we should. we should add one on top of don't remember that it's just like why? Like what's your why? It's just like characters that you remember, or like and maybe we like them or don't, but it's just like they just didn't do anything. They were just there.
That's a good idea, Suni. Thank you. So this doesn't necessarily indicate that we dislike them. Just everything we've been discussing. Maybe they're likable, maybe they're dislikable, but they don't, and we do remember them, but they don't really have much of a presence or purpose. Ibuki, you're making, she would be proud to have created an entirely new category.
She would. Like that why are you here is not negative in her case. It's just like why
it's
are
like
you
she's
here?
great, but what are you doing here? What is your contribution to the story?
Nothing.
Just vibes.
Just vibes.
She's literally just here just to vibe, and then she
She's
got
just-
infected by the weird virus and went crazy.
She's just here to add to the LGBTQ count.
Honestly, yeah.
Do you need help finding Bocchi the Rock?
Oh, okay. Oh man.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. We should this
series
spare tire.
This series wouldn't even exist without Junko. And my god, is she fucked up. And this is so weird. Okay, I think this is one of those ones where I feel like, where are you little shit? You fucker. I think we need to talk about these two characters hand in hand.
You little fucker.
There is kind of a distinction. And if I had to be honest, I do like Monokuma a little more than Junko, just because, shut up, man, I hate you. Oh gosh.
Oh, boo, boo, boo.
Oh, I miss that voice. That's the greatest tragedy to ending the series, that we can't hear Konetsu's Monokuma voice anymore.
Real.
Okay, it's so hard to even know to begin with Junko. Putting aside the fact that the story wouldn't even exist without her, her motivations of boredom are interesting to me. I don't know. That's one of those things that can be a hit or a miss, but in Junko's case, I do think it is kind of interesting. Especially since the only way she can ever feel anything is through feeling despair. She's so fucking weird. It's hard to even know how to begin discussing this.
She's just one of those characters that, like, she has literally no redeeming qualities. And we love her for it.
None whatsoever. Love her design.
I really love her brand of insane too on the at the end of the first trial, with like the different personalities she puts on.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she'd be I'd say she's entertaining. That's mostly what it comes down to. She's incredibly entertaining. The only thing that I feel vehemently against her, and this has less to do with her herself, but this is one of the rare instances in which I let fandom kind of influence me a little. I avoid the fandom like the plague, but a lot of people insist that she sticks by the rules, and I say no. She does not. She very much broke her rules in the first game. It's just that weirdly, she broke them not in her favor. So that's one of those things I will die on a hill on. Yeah, but yeah, I'd say she's A.
I don't even remember the details of that, but like, I
Okay.
love
This is-
Junko. It's like I really like her brand of crazy, and I just like the fact that she's like, she's just nonsensically a villain. Like she has
Mhm.
no deeper reasons other than she's fucked up in the head.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh, and just to go back a little. So, like, for me, Junko would be an A, but I would give Monokuma an S. I think Monokuma's part of it is just that we spend more time with him. But I don't know, I do feel like there is a difference in how they act. I feel it's hard to say, but Monokuma
really
feels
like-
more.
You really like Junko's Monokuma personality, specifically.
Yes. What about you,
Yeah, no,
Natsu?
Hard.
Konetsu, the owner of a Junko figurine.
That's I don't know if it was your mic or maybe it was just me, but the only thing I heard was hard.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, both.
No, baby, no.
Like, I like her because I feel like she's just so dumb. Like, her reasoning for doing things is just like, really?
Yeah.
But then, just, yeah. It often feels like Junko can really express herself as Monokuma. But then when she's back to Junko, it's just like, oh, I'm just despair.
Despair.
So it's so weird. It's like, you're one and the same, but you're also different.
I just love the fact that she somehow just keeps coming back every time.
Yeah,
every
it's like
single
just-
time.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, young lady?
It's just so ridiculous and funny. It's just one of the reasons I really like Danganronpa, despite all its flaws. It's just so ridiculous at times that it's like,
I remember how Kudu, for V3, Natsu had finished the game, but Kudu and I were just like, alright, when the fuck are you coming back? We know you're gonna.
yeah.
Where are you?
And in what form is she coming back this time?
And her return was majestic. Mwah.
Mm-hmm. As beautiful as the day we lost her, and as insane as well.
She's ridiculous. It's hard not to like her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true. It's like Junko just fits because she's stupid, because everything is stupid. Like, Danganronpa is stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. If
Well-
everyone takes Danganronpa seriously, it's like you're on the wrong game, man.
What was the quote that we said again and again and again? You can't like Danganronpa without hating Danganronpa.
It's true. Ah. It's like, Danganronpa, you're so stupid. Affectionately.
So stupid, I love you. And I think that's like Junko's whole thing. Is like, oh, you're so stupid. This whole thing is dumb, but I just adore you.
Yeah, it's just like she's so funny, but like she's so dumb and she's so evil, but like she's so evil in the most stupidest way, but she also manages to get away with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like with fucked up shit, but like she's just funny.
It's been scientifically proven that Danganronpa makes you more unsexual.
So let's go with
for
A.
Junko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you two feel about Monokuma? Like, what do you place
say
it at the
S.
Oh
same?
my god, S.
S
All
for
right,
Monokuma.
yeah,
We said at the same time S.
Oh, I hate that stupid bear. I want all the merch you have about him.
As I was scrolling through our chat because I wanted to find the talk sprite that I'm using for Kuru right now since I didn't have it on this, and I scrolled by like Monokuma onesie that I think Moon had posted, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of want to get that.
They just make. I don't know. Monokuma is just great. There's nothing to say. Monokuma is great.
Yeah, he's just he's so fun.
Mm-hmm. He's a really fun antagonist to have, and it just really drives the whole point home of Danganronpa not being all that serious.
Okay, Kuru, Kaede.
Oh god, I love Kaede. Oh, what could have been. Oh, the wasted potential. But I mean, I should be an A for me, but mostly because I'm biased, because I really like her. But I mean, she didn't get to do much since, like, she died in the first chapter. I really like, even though I'm still salty that we didn't get a female protagonist. I did really like the bait and switch of B3 at the start.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. It's one of those
main protagonist who should have been.
It's very weird because there were two big spoilers that I knew. I knew that Kaede wasn't a permanent protagonist, so I hadn't been expecting that she was going to be the first victim. And then, the other big one I knew was that apparently everything was fake. I didn't know the context, like I didn't know it was a TV show or whatever. But honestly, if I had to choose of those two, which one I wish I hadn't known, I wish I hadn't known that Kaede got pulled out of the picture quickly, because yeah, the setup for that would have been so fucking amazing. Like, I know that I was influenced by having that piece of knowledge that in figuring things out. Like, I didn't know after I saw that it was Rantaro who was the first death, and that's why I was extra surprised that he died first. I didn't know how long Kaede would survive, but it did make me a little suspicious, so I would have been so shocked.
Yeah, no,
figured that out naturally.
It was shocking. But no, I really like her. Also, I just really like how she kept complimenting all the girls.
Oh yeah, she was out the gate, homo.
Getting on her knees for oh my god, I forgot her name. Yeah, for Mew. Just we could have had more. We could have had more.
It still feels too soon. Yeah, no, I will. It's just one of those cards, gone too soon. I would have really liked to get to know her more.
Tragic, because she was built to be like the Naegi type, where she's like, we just all have to work together and everything will work out, and we just have to keep thinking positive. And then slowly that thinking was deteriorating as nobody was like getting along, and it would have been like so nice to see her go from like someone so cheery and that everyone's gonna be best friends to like distrusting of everyone. So which I guess Shuichi was kind of.
One thing that's really funny is that I how they have that first that sewer maze puzzle thing, and I completely forgot that I wanted to try and see if I could like get through it. It is possible to beat that the first time, and I looked up a video to see what happens. If you get through it, Monokuma is just like, fuck. I didn't actually expect you to make it through. So
I didn't plan this far along.
I'm curious if that changes any like other dialogue in the future. That's what I would really like to know. Like if people are maybe a little bit more positive towards her. Obviously, it can't be any huge changes because it'd derail it. But since they do have all those things like the back routes, maybe there are some changes. I'd be very curious about that. But yeah, it
wonder.
is a shame. And you pointing that out, Konetsu, about how, you can saw like the pieces being chipped off of her. That was the conversation between her and Shuichi in the room as they're waiting. That was like it was there that I immediately knew that they were really trying new things and being in a way more sincere than some of the major portions of the other games had been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Kaede was great. And it would have been great to see her, as the actual protagonist, see how things develop. Or like maybe she just, she still decided to like maybe give up at some point and just like Shuichi took over. And I don't know, she could have gotten some nice character arc out of everything. And yeah, no, I don't know. She was great. She was great. She was great! Why, Kodaka? Why?
Because he knew
She
this
was
would
great for
cause
the
you
little
the
time
most
she had.
despair. He was targeting you specifically, Kuru.
Yeah.
I'd say A for her.
Yeah. And again, I'm biased, but I just really like how she flirted with every girl.
That's fair. That's fair.
Unashamed.
Isn't she cute when she looks terrified? Oh my god, Kaede.
I kind of want to see her make that face even more.
Yeah, no, she was very interesting. She has some very fun internal dialogue.
Like, oh, I want to know so bad what she would have said, like, once Tenko became even more, like, lesbian.
Open.
Like, what her dialogue would have been.
Like,
yeah, girl.
Or
she would have been like, you should treat girls with respect, or...
Pop me pedal, Kaede. Alright, but A tier okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you have any thoughts or feelings about Kaito Konetsu? You were awfully silent about him during the Let's Play.
Oh no, he's great. That's S tier.
Says Konetsu before dying.
Says Konetsu with a gun pointed at her head.
Who's threatening you, Konetsu?
Atua.
It's like how to know if Konetsu ever is in danger and needs help. She's just gonna tweet how much she loves Kaito and how much of a great character he is. Then you know something is wrong.
Like retweeting like Komaeda, like Komahina art.
Oh god.
Then you know something's wrong.
Kaito, for me, honestly, until I played the game with you guys, because I have played like 3 or 4 trials when we started playing the game. For those that don't know, I haven't finished the game, so I had seen already a good portion of it. But once I started playing it with you guys, I hadn't realized how annoying this guy was.
Isn't he? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I was like, I don't know. Was it because I was playing the game in French and I didn't understand like as much as I did in English? Maybe. I don't know. But then when I was playing the game with you guys and when we were going through that, I was like, oh god, this guy just shut up. Oh my god.
I legitimately was never annoyed by him. I thought he was fine. And I really like the developing friendship between him and Maki and Shuichi, like the little trio that they had going on. I'm trying to remember if there was anything specific though that stood out to me one way or another. I feel like there were some scenes where I was like, I don't like that, or well, that was pretty cool, but I can't remember.
I can't
I'd say
remember
C for
specifically
me.
either.
I'd say he's a C for me. He's fine.
I can't remember specifically, but I just remember
His
when I
life
was-
existed to make Maki even cooler.
it's like he was just, you know, he was that thing of like, he was like annoyingly like trying to be like, you know, like positive and supportive, but it kind of got to a point that it started being kind of annoying, that it was like, oh guys, just shut up.
I think my main dislike, like the reason I don't like him, is because he just tried so hard to be the protagonist in someone else's story.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Shuichi was just like trying to focus on getting things done, and then Kaito was like, you know, I'm the big man, like it's gonna be me, the hero, and you're my sidekick, which I understand why he did that, because he didn't want Shuichi to feel like he was in the spotlight so that he could do his thing. But at the same time, the entire time I was just like, oh my god, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah,
Please
it just
go away.
it didn't come out. I don't think it came out as like the way they wanted to, because he mostly come off as just continuously trying to steal Chushi's thunder or whatever.
Yeah, because he wanted to be like, he wanted to save the day and he wanted to get everyone out of there.
Yeah,
it was like you're not going to be the one to do it, and you know you can't do it.
I think that's what annoyed me at one point, because he was honestly like, he was all the time like that, you know, just being like, oh, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and like, oh, I did, and I know if someone like Shuichi did something, he will be like, oh, I helped you. And it was like, no, dude, you didn't. Get out of here.
Alright, so what grades would y'all give him?
You know, he's not F.
Nah,
but
he's not F.
You're gonna
I
end
think
up there by
C
yourself,
would be-
Hiyoko.
Yeah, I will say C, is just because of the fact that, you know, he wasn't entirely unlikable, you know, like you could see he was a good guy. He was just annoying.
Yeah, and I think like someone like him is who Shuichi needed. Like he needed that like brohood.
Yeah.
Like that not really manly relationship, but just like guy friend. A boyfriend. He needed that boyfriend.
He needed a boyfriend.
He needed that boyfriend to be the one to like push him and let him learn how to be assertive and just take charge. But at the same time, he was so annoying.
Yeah.
He was so annoying about it.
Yeah, you could have done that without being so annoying.
Then Kazuichi. I think if it wasn't for him being weird towards Sonya, I'd be more okay with him. But so much of his personality during the main game was just being weird towards Sonya. So he's kind of a D for me.
Mm,
That's really the
Yeah.
only thing I can remember.
yeah, no, I think that's fair. Like, I don't dislike him, but I do agree that that was pretty much a lot of his personality. And it was like, dude,
Was being a
come on.
simp.
Yeah.
I don't mind simp. I just mind a simp who doesn't realize when a girl has several times rejected him. Or even just bulldozes it, because I know there was like time in which he was like, well, I don't like the idea of her rejecting me, so I'm just going to pretend not to hear. Or something to that effect. And I was like, dude. So I was really happy when Sonia was like, all right, I'm done being polite. I've given you so many polite rejections. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was at the end of the game, wasn't it? Where she like
Yeah.
yelled at him. She was
Yeah.
like, "Shut up."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and I remember at one point also, wasn't like he jealous of Gundam?
Yeah, he was an
Yeah.
asshole towards Gundam because he could see that Sonia thought he was, Sonia was into him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought it was just kind of gross, especially that he would get mad at Gundam because Sonia liked him. Like, that's not his fault.
Yeah.
You know, that they just kind of vibed.
Not his fault. He has more game than you.
Uh-huh.
And then he would like say, he would have those like lines of like, I'm not letting Miss Sonia be around Gundam alone together, so I'm just gonna go with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, but whenever they actually didn't make him talk or think about Sonia, he wasn't that bad. But it's just that so much of his is just like, so much of his writing is just like, ugh.
That's exactly like why if they
Being
took that
pathetic.
out, there was he could have been cool. He had some funny moments, but
Otherwise,
that
like,
just-
why are you here?
And like he was smart, he was like a mechanic, right?
Yep, that was his thing.
And
Yeah.
I remember he actually helped with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he was the one who set up like the communicators and the videos during chapter 3 when they to separate because of the disease. And he made the little what was it called? Mekamaru.
Oh yeah. So it's like, but like they just put the Sonya thing, they push it so much that it was just like, it was like 80% of his personality.
Kind of overrides everything else that he does.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I would say a D also, just because he did do good things for the story, and if you took out the whole Sonya thing, it's not that bad, but it's just like they just pushed that onto him so much that it just like it was pretty much his entire personality.
What letter would you give Natsu?
I think D is fair.
Okay.
Like he's not at the point that he deserves to be with Hiyoko.
Oh. Okay. I forget whose turn it is.
Me too.
I can't remember.
I think it was mine because Kazuichi was yours.
Yes.
Coco.
Okay, so
Okay,
you
so-
Kiibo.
Kiibo. My baby boy, my baby robot boy. He didn't. I don't know. He was just kind of there. Kind of. What did he do?
He destroyed everything at the end.
Oh yeah, he had
and then
like
self-destructed.
Yeah. He went very much mecha fighter at the end there.
He was the voice of the audience.
True.
Yeah, he was like
for
the
him.
audience implant.
I would say maybe C or D. Like I like him, but
Isn't that why he's almost always on Shuichi's side when they have those scrum debates?
I
Yeah.
believe so. I think so. Yeah, because of the voices. There's a voice inside me. I will say, like the thing. It was interesting. I think that was interesting how they were like, oh yeah, he's actually like the voice of the audience.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he was a good boy, and that's pretty much it.
He was really cute. He was really sweet, and I think he had a lot going for him in terms of the plot. I was constantly worried for him whenever Miu was around. I'd say B.
Yeah, I'd say B.
You know what? I agree.
Like, he didn't annoy me. He was just like, oh, you're sweet.
Yeah, no, he was sweet. He was annoying.
He also had to suffer Kokichi, so I'm giving him sympathy points for that. He had to suffer Kokichi and Miu. Oh my god. I am so sorry.
Poor boy.
He
Poor
is
guy.
strong.
That's so crazy. Since the people watching on TV were watching like the scenario through his eyes, they got like a close up of like Miu's boobs on TV.
Oh god.
Live on TV.
Kirumi. What do you think of Kirumi, Konetsu?
Oh. She's so weird. I would put her in D. And I feel like her character as a whole was very useless. Like she didn't really have much of a presence. Like she made everyone food and cleaned, and she was just kind of like cool and was in the background.
Kirumi is kind of weird.
And then
go ahead.
And then it was just so stupid how it was like, yes, I am the Japanese Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Okay. Like they dropped no hints. It was just like, oh yes, I am the Prime Minister and I have to go back home because I need to lead the country, and then she just flips out.
The thing I was gonna say is that we've had a lot of instances in which we're like, the character's fine, but it's more that I like what they did with them relevant to the plot. And this is like the first instance where it's the other way around. I like her. She's also a rare one where I'm like, I think I like her more as a person than a character. But then the whole background with her, it's just all of this, and that's it? That's the thing? They decided they wanted a child to be the... she's not a child, but a teenager is not that much better. It's just like, oh lord. I was so disappointed because up until that, I had really been enjoying that case a lot.
Yeah, it was really interesting. It's like chapter 2 was insane. There was so much going on, and I thought it was interesting how you had no clue what was going on. You were like, I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. That's like...
You're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Because, I do try to, like, maybe at the beginning, I'll be like, alright, this is what we've got. Here's my prediction of what is more or less happening. That one, I was just like, I'm just figuring this out as we go.
Just roll with the bunches. Yeah, no, I agree with Coco. It's like, I do like her character as, as a quote-unquote person. I do tend to like characters like her, and she had some good lines. But, like, I didn't even remember where they went with her. It's just like, that is the amount of impact that she left on me.
Yeah. Her execution was fucking brutal. Yeah, PCU. That was like one of the most brutal deaths.
Oh yeah. Her execution was great in terms of like everything going on. It was like, holy fuck. But yeah, like when you mentioned that about her being the prime minister right now, I was just like, what? Like, I honestly have no memory of it.
Like, so out of nowhere, and it was like it did that. Like that does nothing for your character that we've seen so far.
Yeah. Oh man, it is hard.
Yeah, no, they flip her at the end, and like it just made no sense at the end. It was like, okay, and she's gone. All right, bye.
I'd say C.
Yeah, say C.
I'll give her a reluctant C.
Because she wasn't really, it's not like I disliked her at any point, but she just came and went. And like
Taka.
I feel it could have been better.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Love her design though. Also one of a very high favorite in terms of design. Taka. Taka's funny. He could be funny. And I felt very bad for him about Mondo.
Losing his bro.
He's bro.
And they didn't hold back with showing that he probably got a very big crush on Mondo. I'm reading some of the dialogue when they're in the sauna. I'm just like, okay, guys, I know subtlety isn't your strong suit, but Jesus. But
I don't really have an opinion on him. I think as a whole, like Danganronpa 1 cast is just kind of bland overall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it just progressively got better. So it's kind of like unfair to be like, oh, these characters all suck. But it's just like Taka especially is just he was alright.
It's weird because I feel like I want to like him, but it just doesn't really ping anything for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, me too. It's like he's funny, I mean, he's a good boy. But it's like, yeah, I just don't really feel so strongly about him.
I don't know. I'm torn between maybe C and I barely remember he's there.
I'd say C or D.
Yeah, I feel bad putting
I'd
him with
say-
the likes of like Celeste in them.
You know what? You might have a point.
But I mean, it's not like we think he's terrible. It's just like, you're just so like unimpressionable that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he had his moments, but he
Okay.
was mostly just there. He didn't get to
Do much.
to shine too much. Yeah. Like Danganronpa 1 was really about like the main few that survived,
Yeah.
and everyone else was just kind of there.
To be meat
Aside from
bags.
Sakura. Yeah. Like Danganronpa was like, okay, we brought like this character, now we just need to fill the rest of the cast.
Yep.
So C?
What do you... Alright. Who, we got 2 C's and a D, was it?
I mean, I'd say C.
Yeah, so 2 C's and a D.
Okay.
I think C is fair.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh god, we're gonna need like an hour
Oh,
for this.
God.
time.
Oh god, here it is.
Hold it
This
back.
guy.
Take it, Kuru.
Oh, this guy. This guy. He can just go die in a ditch for all I care.
I'm glad he died.
Yeah, it was like the best moment of Danganronpa. And I know he's very popular, but I don't like him. It's not even a thing of like, like not even one of those situations. It's like, oh, like you love to hate him. It's like, no, I just hate him. Like I just want to punch him in the face and kick him down and make him cry.
Oh.
On my recommendations, and I have this on my sort of periphery, I got like this series of like a back and forth between YouTubers where one has like this two-parter about how Kokichi is a terribly written character and then the other's in defense of, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna get juicy. I need to like get a night to sit down and like get some popcorn and watch this.
Yeah.
This is one of those instances in which, for me, hate him as a person, but because of what he brings, I think he's a fascinating character. And I really need to, because, you know, as you're playing it through for the first time, especially in the way we did it, you know, like a 1 week increment, sometimes even more, it's hard to really remember some details and bring it all together. I fucking hate him for what he did to Gonta. But I also just really respect hating someone so much that you die just to fuck them over and spite them.
Oh, what was that about? Remind me.
That was the whole last case, where it was him and Kaito and you didn't know who was alive, so he tried to just create this really complex thing where even Monokuma didn't even know who the killer or victim was. Or rather, yeah, like even Monokuma had no idea what was going on, so he couldn't properly judge the trial. Something to that effect. I forget the details.
Yeah, no, that was actually pretty cool of him. I do respect the spite.
And so yeah, like I think another thing that also kind of really got me interested was that I was seeing some videos about fan-created executions, and one of them was for Kokichi, where he actually had an easy way to get out of the execution, and that was just by not lying. But because he's a chronic liar and just so impulsive about it, he couldn't. And I'm just like, oh, that's fucking metal.
Yeah.
So the idea of him possibly actually having some condition that makes him a chronic liar also makes him interesting to me. But that's starting to get into headcanon theories, which, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's fine to use in this case. But I think he's a very good character. I would put him in B. And I don't know much about, you know, fandom. As I said, I try to stay away from him. It doesn't surprise me he's a popular character, but I haven't got into it, so I don't really know what people are saying or thinking.
Yeah, no, he's the baby girl.
See, I don't think I like that. Like, if it's a thing where people are woobifying him, then I would hate that.
I think they do. I think.
Yeah, no, he's like, pretty much like. I mean, of course, not everyone, but the most you see is like, oh no, like my baby, you know.
Okay, no,
like,
I hate that. That's disgusting.
He's a fucked up child.
If you don't like him for being a shit stain on this earth, you don't like him at all.
Yeah. But then I agree, like he brings great things to the story, but God, I despise him.
And it's so weird that I would, like, as much as I at Komaeda, like, I love what he brought to Danganronpa 2, which is similar to what Kokichi did, but I felt like he did it so much worse.
Yeah.
Like, whenever he was, like, around, I would just, especially when we were playing it together, or, like, doing, like, watching you play, I was just like, oh my god, I want to skip his dialogue so bad. I want him to stop talking. I want him to just go away. And sometimes he wouldn't.
That's because so funny, because when we were deciding speaking roles, you were immediately, I want to voice Kameda, because I want to make him sound fucking stupid.
Uh,
But I didn't want to touch Kokichi.
yeah, because it's just that the thing is, like I said, Kokichi kind of feels like the Komaeda role in this, but he's just so much more of an annoying little brat about everything he does that it's just like, ugh.
Yeah,
You're
it
a
just came
here,
off
child.
as like bratty. Ugh.
Well, with Komaeda, at least you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But, you know, he's just kind of nice.
Alright,
And
so
he just kind of acts a little dumb. Well, Kokichi is just like insufferable.
alright, so for me it's a B. What is it for you, Kuru?
I'd say. Oh god, I don't know. Konetsu, you go first.
Um. I guess B. I'd agree with B. Like, I don't like him, but a lot of the things wouldn't have happened without him.
Yeah, no, and I did like his moment there at the end that Koku reminded me. We're like, okay, yeah, no, I agree to B.
Okay.
Kudos to the writers, because yeah, that's another thing. You know, they can make you despise this guy so much that it's like, okay, they did something right, I guess.
Yes. Throw your arms up. Who's next?
Oh boy.
Another
Oh,
instance
boy.
in which I wish I had been wrong in my prediction.
That's F tier. Oh, he's disgusting.
Yeah. Finally,
You're
someone to
gross.
make company.
You're sick.
I would give him a C.
C?
Yeah, I would give him a C.
Why?
Puppy's funny. Up until that thing, his weird, like, constant boner for humanity was like, what the hell is going on with you? I don't know, I think he's just fascinating. But F is perfectly fair.
We will settle for D.
Okay.
I guess he was enjoyable up until.
Also, his whole murder thing was fucking like top tier. That's one of the best ways to kill a person.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he really went
I
far
have
beyond.
once again disappointed PCU deeply.
The Coco ...
I mean, that's the thing. He was very fascinating to me at first, and the incest thing was like, what killed so much of it. I'm just like, why did you have to do that? If you had made it a platonic love, and that actually would have been pretty, like, I'd be like, you're still fucked up, but I get it.
Yeah, you know, it couldn't just be a brotherly thing, no. Couldn't just be a familial thing, no.
No.
But like before that, he was pretty interesting and he was funny at times. His whole murder plot was insane.
Okay, also, there's one time he made me lose my shit, and it was at the very beginning of the game. I think it's when we're examining the pictures, and Tenko's like, oh no, I don't look good in this picture, please don't look at it. And I was like, no one fucking cares, Tenko. And then literally he followed up and he was like, I assure you, no one cares.
Yeah, no, he had some great lines. It's literally just the reveal that ruins him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
That's
like,
why I'm
he
like, no, there.
he
I think
just drops so hard.
it just feels like such a shame that he would have been a really good character, but they wanted to force that in for some reason. Alright, DD. Kyoko.
Or girl.
Oh my god. S. S.
S.
S.
So when I first played the game, I didn't like her that much because of some stuff that I talked about during then. Like, she had a lot of really sexist lines. It kind of felt like it, much like it seems like every Danganronpa entry has to have a pervert. It feels like every Danganronpa entry has to have a sexist woman character. And she was the one who was like, yeah, I didn't bother telling you it was likely that you would be attacked because you're a boy, so your skull should be able to handle being bashed in, right? Stop complaining. And
I mean, he managed it. He survived.
and then there was also that whole debate that happened between the two of them where she was like, I'm not gonna tell you anything, but I know you're holding something from me and now I'm gonna be angry about it. But having since then played the other games and seen how much worse the characters can be in that regard, and that's also the whole thing with the argument between her and Makoto, I don't want to blame her for that anymore. That just seems like really bad writing where they wanted to force some sort of drama just for the sake of having drama. But unfortunately, since I sat with those feelings for so long, I just was never able to really come around to her all that much. So for me, she's a B.
It's the same, I feel, with the whole sexy thing. I'm just so used to, like, there's so many games and anime just being like, oh, because you're a boy or you're a girl, that I just hardly bat an eye anymore when a character says it. It's just like, oh, yeah, there we go again. Here we go again. Just kind of... I just kind of ignore it because, like, with her character, I don't know. I just feel like she wouldn't actually be like that.
Exactly.
She's
That's
a
why
very
I'm like,
strong, independent girl.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I feel that's a writer issue. Why would someone like Kyoko say that?
Yeah. Or someone like her
I
be
always
like,
kind of
you're a
thought
boy.
that it was because it's kind of like, I'm not sure if both of you have played Persona 4.
I
a
haven't, but
long
I
time
know.
ago.
I haven't, but I know, like, pretty much a lot of it.
And how the character Naoto, she is like a detective, and she kind of not disguises herself, but tries to present herself as male because of how, like, sexist and discouraging people are when they find out that she's a girl. So she's like, well, being a boy is easier in this field of work, so I'm just gonna let people believe what they want. And I think that's kind of like the same thinking that Kyoko has, where she's just in that kind of environment all the time, and she's just like, okay, well, you're a boy.
It will make sense, yeah, because I mean, going by Persona 4, the whole, like, detective / police thing is just very, very male centered. And it's like, so it's like, yeah, she probably just grew up and was around that kind of environment a lot.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like maybe a force of habit. Well, not really a force of habit. It's just like an ideology that she's just been around, and it's just natural for her to think.
Oh, actually, I'm also remembering. I think another thing that kind of brought down my opinion of her was how she treated her father. And having learned about, like, the information from the book that's based on her history, I don't know if I'm more frustrated with that. I definitely don't feel better about it. But yeah, that's how it was for me. I feel like if I had more perspective when I first played the game, I would have liked her a bit more. But the feelings have been there for so long, it's hard to feel differently.
I'm biased. I love Kyoko.
Alright, well, we got
So
two
biased.
S's. Two
She's
S's and
S
one D,
for me.
so we'll go with S.
She's just I love her.
Unfortunately, I think this is all the time I have.
Yeah, that's we've been going for like 2 hours and a half, so
Yeah.
we will get back to this. Fortunately, the website saves things as they are, so we can plan some other day and pick up back up. But this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
feel like
found
we're
the comic.
Yes.
Where should I post it?
You can post it in the chat, and I'll also again the actual stream chat, and then I'll also post it real quick on the stream itself.
Where are you? Stream chat.
But yeah, we'll have it easy to start next time because there's Leon and Mahiru.
Oh boy.
And then there's Maki.
And then my girl is waiting for me at the end. Oh my god, where is it?
Well, you can just send it to me and I'll drop it in chat.
Okay. I'm so happy I found it.
I just not realized they separated Taka and like this white hair persona thing.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, huh, are they two different people? I guess.
I guess they are now. Where are all the Junko personalities then?
Oh no. Hopefully this will show up. There we go.
Yeah.
So, yep, this was something born from our stream. If you guys want to voice act it?
I don't remember who was who.
So I think
I remember you were Byakuya. The best Byakuya voice ever to exist.
Oh gosh, I think that these might be just like me and Konetsu's voices. I know she was Hina. And is this supposed to be Makoto?
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go.
Having to clear my throat for this.
Good idea.
All right. Good job, everyone, with the class trial. Since your little Monokuma is so nice, have a reward. A star.
He looks quite happy with them.
Wait, who is Hina?
You were.
Oh, shoot.
Maybe we should
why
give
does
that-
Togami get 3?
Yeah. I could do Makoto.
Yeah.
He looks quite happy with them. Hey, baby.
I had to open my own.
Gotta wait for the
Took too long
Monokuma
to open.
voice.
Cause I like him, and cause he's better than you all.
That's rude! Whoever that was.
However, if you want to keep these stars and being above your classmates, you'll have to work hard and, not mess up. Someone else might be worthy of those stars instead of you. Who knows? Oop, 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 oop.
As it is. And some stupid stars don't prove Byakuya Togami is worth.
Yes. Several trials, dead students, and Togami fucking up later.
1 star left.
Oop, 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 oop. Togami-kun, what happened with that great confidence? So far, you've done nothing but mess up and embarrass yourself. I was rooting for you, damn it.
Wait a moment, the trial's not over yet.
Your despair tastes delicious. I told you, didn't I? If you messed up, someone else would be worthy of your stars. Too bad!
I think it's left to right to left.
Oh.
Enough. It's time you stop embarrassing yourself, Togami-kun. What you do always comes back and bites you in the end. Your star, please.
Zoom into the eyes.
No, my star!
So cool.
I'm so glad. Do you have the post, like the full post? I want to reblog that again.
Yeah. Let me find it again. I just had it open, so.
That's piercing, please.
Yeah, your star, please.
It's on our Tumblr, but the person who posted it deleted their account.
Aw. Well,
No.
considering
But I
some of
can
the stuff
send you
with
the
Tumblr
page,
was... Yeah.
and then you just scroll down, and then you'll see it.
Okie dokie. Alrighty, well, that will be it for now. What do you have going on, Voodoo?
I'll just be playing Morgers Frontline this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, more love and hope, more suffering. Yay! I'm so excited for it. Yay!
Oh, you sound excited.
Oh no. But yeah, mostly that. I'm just doing that this weekend because there's a very a story event dropped and those are long.
Oh.
So yeah, I've been doing that for like 2 weekends and I'm gonna finish on this one.
As for myself, it'll be Animorph's charity stream this Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. Last Sunday, I was exhausted and passed the fuck out. Woke up at 8 and I was like, oh wait, shit, I was supposed to stream. And Moon and I were just like, alright, we both forgot. Maybe this is a sign that we need to rest. But I promise you we'll be back to that this Sunday. If you want to feel old, you'll want to come to this one since we'll be starting a book that deals with the internet in the 90s, in the very early 90s. So yeah, get to see what chat logs were like back then.
Oh my god.
Damn. Oh damn.
But thank you all so much for coming. Really appreciate having y'all here. And let's see if there's anyone that we can give a raid to. Let's go ahead and give Kiwi Cat a raid. Who is doing raid stuff right now at Final Fantasy XIV.
Pog.
Alright. Have a lovely time zone wherever you are, everyone. Toodaloo.
Bye-bye!
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.